因為我知道勝利只屬於堅持到最後嘅人。能量聚集，刀光閃，面對最強嘅敵人，我絕對唔退。睇我搞咩啊？冇上得 wow 啊冇？哈哈哈。OK，
OK 嘅
update 咗未你？
哇啊！或者等下幾個多 game 冇喐過啊，裝開，哎呦，嘥鬼晒，等陣先，唔搞啊！World War Z 咧，你好耐都冇搞喂。
有搞 WOC 啊？
哦，
嚟啊！開場啊！
天差開一關啊！我想搞翻下啫，啲事太耐冇喐啊！
咁我講一講我大德先。我 shadering。
我新人得啊，講真啊，Wow 啊好，嗰個 Rise 都好啊，哇搞到真係一日咁樣劈鬼成啊，覺得我，因為佢個模式都係差唔多咁上下嘢，係咪？
係啊。
L。
rendering 緊仲，你入咗啊？
開緊先啫，應該要 rendering 一下。
我都係 rendering。
因為太耐冇喐啊，update 一 driver。
入緊。我都要 set 一 set 先，睇下靚蚊嚟冇先，問下先啊。boleh juga lah esok ada tinggi boleh tengok tapi esok itu new block sana ada supplier repair itu air and then second floor Mr. Lim pun ada just you dia ambil gambar you pun ambil gambar lah okay.哇，雞鬼耐冇搞，唔知仲識搞喎，真係好耐冇搞。
你 invite 睇下。
試下，我唔知點樣搞嘅 game 啊，睇下先啊。
入去。
整隻熱身菜先啊，熱身菜。
啊，好爽。
Weapons 點樣撳開？L3 L R2 OK 嚟啊，3啊！
啊，等一下啊。
做咩你冇興趣嘅個王者咁得意啊？
點樣講咧？我覺得佢係好多人有興趣，但係我覺得係好唔知啊！以前學生一直搞嗰陣，我就一直好似叫你唔好去搞啊壞啲，所以我自己好似有一種 ND 咁嘅感覺。以前王者好紅嗰陣啫，我嗰陣幾鬼咩啫，好多學生啊時候啊，因為一直搞啊你。
哦，
咁
佢你叫佢唔好搞，同你自己唔搞冇乜關係㗎。佢係學生，佢唔好搞咁多係正常。
係啊，
我哋減壓，我哋應該要搞多啲㗎嘛。
因為我睇過人哋搞啊，其實我又冇咩吸引到我啊。佢嗰啲角色啊，又亂七八糟，又咩李白啊，又唔知咩嗰啲三國人物啊，咩人物都有侵埋一齊。
哦。
咁
哇！
You hear me? We're going for it. Trying the subway to Inwood. Over.
對方幾多星喎？
知喎，5星嚟咗喂，最奸人搞啊！棘棘地啊！咩事？set 得太高個 graphic，棘棘地嘅公仔。
因為我太耐冇搞到乜鬼，嗰個 mouse 啊咁快嘅，一揈啊轉到咁犀利。
我都係喎，我都有一直咁嘅問題喺度喎。我睇下點整先
一揈啊，喐到咁犀利啊！俾金絲都咬死我。
係，我睇緊咩事？
調慢啲得，唔係調細。哇！有鬼嚟啊！
好似唔識搞啊喂，太耐冇搞咗。
Hey, I'm reloading.
We got a bull.
Everybody.
我皮啊呢排，俾鬼追添喎。你喺邊度啊？走去前面啊？
啊！
你哋喺邊度啊？去咗前面啊？
lift 嗰度啊！
等陣先啊，我嚟緊啦，我嚟緊。我感覺到有啱尾有兩隻鬼跟緊我啊！死啊死啊死啊死啊死啊死啊死啊死啊死啊！
因為我嘅等一下，我嘅 mouse
We gotta keep
太
those
快啊！
Stay there.
Dan,
Jan,
you there?
you there?
Always.
We're headed
We're
down.
headed down.
How to food?
How to food?
Gotta go
Gotta
now.
go
You
now.
coming?
You coming?
Over.
Over.
Look, I got food and booze for a month. Jawheads will be here by then. I'm gonna wait it out, but I'll keep an eye out for you.
好奇怪啊！個個都有興趣搞喎，佢哋我都有興趣搞
Over
喎
here.。
Holy Christ. You seeing this?
一講嗰隻 game 啊，佢哋好似好精神咁喎，唔知做咩嘢。我係其實我睇到個 graphic 幾靚下啦，所以我先有興趣啫。
Not
I'll
bad.
take what I can get.
This'll work.
嘿 ，Hello Alex。啊，对呀、对呀、因为今晚都没有人玩了，所以就玩这个咯。有吗？这个可以一起玩啊！现在这边有空位啊。
Who wants to die?
again.
Come on, now.
Oh my god, boom.
哇！屌！死啊死啊死啊！
死啊！好耐冇搞皮啊，再點樣搞？我皮啊呢排，我皮啊！
嚟嘢嚟嘢嚟！
死啊死啊死啊死啊死啊死啊！死死死死死死死死死死死死死死！
She won't be spitting it.
掟下先，我唔識搞啊。Switch 沒有這個遊戲。
All good.
Switch 好像是不可以 connect。Steam 罷了。啊頂！
One of us is down.
電腦可以哦，電腦可以 connect。我們是玩你狐狸骨頭哦，一下子就收單了。喂，先先，我哋搞呢隻冇乜 rush 喎，做咩好似好艱人搞喎？喂，
喂，幾耐冇喐過啊！我生疏晒，轉 mouse 都慢啊！黐線！依家點樣開啊？喂，
等先啊，
落喺下邊係
我而家實習緊我嘅手指點樣去熟練翻佢先。佢都棘棘地咁啊，公仔好似。
Left and across the
誒補血啊！快啲啊！補血啊！
There's a book here.
Anyone needed?
補下血先啊！頂唔順啊！
等，你喺邊度？
嚟拉尾，
I found a defense.
你有棘毛啊！我機會棘棘地咁樣做乜鬼啊？
Saved
冇啊，
my ass.
冇棘冇棘
好。棘啊！
Very nice.
唔知係咪 update 得太犀利咗呢個 game？
Right down the roadway.
Putting down 50 cal too.
誒肉包，發揮。
Medkit
Huh?
right here.
哦，
Alex，yeah，最難的毅力型是沒有挑戰，我們要打武力。
呢隻護粒星我哋早過咗呢隻，呢隻打到嘅唔精。
而家生疏咗就唔敢講啊，好似打壁面燈咁咯，落去唔好打。
係啊，我哋打唔過係嗰隻 Walking Dead 嗰隻唔掂啊，嗰隻拉尾一關機加人打嗰隻。
電網鐵。
Dropping a bomb.
Hold the ground, people.
我 recap 一下我怎樣玩遊戲啊，這個我都忘鬼記開啊，
Who wants
Oh,
to
you got
die
class.
again?
我想一想先。
Here they go. Using a stem.
Ammo
I'm
break.
reloading.
掟下雞嘢爬上去啊！
There's more where that came from.
There's more where that
Come at me.
fuckers are fighting. Get some, putas.
哇！咩嚟啊？
咩
煙咁犀利
有
嘅？
鬼冇拉尾，
Come on, cabrón.
有啊喂！
頂住啊！頂住！ 等先啊，我感覺開始翻嚟㗎啦，我感覺。
Fresh ammo coming up.
Hazmat inbound! What's that? Hazmat!
咁犀利嘅，定話嗰個咩煙嚟嘅喎？
咩嘅？咩嘅？
定話有條友唔知點樣一下放嗰隻青煙咁犀利嘅多到，
放喺邊度？
前面門嗰度啊，一下冇位咗。
我嚟嘅，
誒，
我放嘅。你唔記得咗我有煙霧彈嘅？我嚟啊！
我煙霧，我唔記得咗有嗰個嘢。
毒氣彈，
哦，
冇咗毒氣彈死咗好耐喎，咁搞？你們兩個人玩啊？對呀、那兩個不要自己加進來，我們這麼水的。你電腦有就可以玩啊。
Everybody, check this out.
你有開直播咩？冇係。
有，我開緊。
What's
唔攞啊！呢個玩得死得仲快啊！攞啊！
Have a look at
攞啊
this.！
呢個停站冇咗，巴士停站 update 咗冇鬼咗喂。
係咩？
哦，
有啊。
Let's go！ 走啊！
Reloading.
Ammo break! Paper's closed!
喂，呢兩條友都好勁下喂，5粒骨頭好似唔當佢，唔當佢5粒骨頭啊喂。
係非常勁，係啊，
係啊
好，快添搞到。
係喎，
我都
有啲料到咁啊，好似。
係啊，一齊行先。
Get in here.
Walking Dead 有一關啊，是啊，就是 Walking Dead 那邊我還沒破完呢，
Can
我
you
們
get us to Inwood?
很難玩啊，那邊後面。
我經得3關啫，
我哋搞到邊一關打唔贏噶，我哋。去邊個關咗？
I'm sleepy. Need help. Help me. I'm down.
我哋搞到第幾關破唔到噶，Walking Dead。
Volcano. Up you go.
嚇？
哦，你沒有買這個遊戲。
第3關咯，最尾一關咯。你喺嗰隻落去停車場嘅咧，又
哦。
成嘅咧嗰隻幾鬼奸。
啊，這個4個人一起玩，啊，可以一起看看咯。蹬腳嗰陣時又可以太殘咯。
I'm reloading.
Coming up!
呀雞啊！
The screamer.
Take out the marker!
係咪 Screamer 嗰度？
得，
At last!
算翻死咗。
OK，嚟。啊！依度我記得點樣搞咗呢度，你記得冇？4個一齊行噶，一齊要攞，一齊落噶，唔可以分散嘅呢度。
Ammo break.
Reload!
我睇到嗰個
我
個嘢喺度
黐住一個先啦，因為佢哋嗰兩個都聽唔到我哋講乜嘅，
Every seed.
係
我哋跟住佢啊。
Bigger guns.
Hey, look at this!
我睇到咗，一攞就嗰個 game 師人嚟嘅咯。
啊，係啊，係啊，係啊，係啊。
Found another box. Time to go.
我落去下低 basement 攞先。
哇！冇聲嘅，
喂，呢個我哋搞呢個係冇嗰個咩㗎，嗰個
Hey, I'm reloading!
之後鬼嚟㗎。
Reloading for
冇嗰
simplest.
個 hints 啊，冇 hints 俾我哋啊。
冇，呢個5星嘅。
呀雞間人搞呢排。
I'm reloading.
Let's go.
我攞一隻放咗落去，
我都攞一隻、
3隻。
5隻、6、7、8、9
鬼啊
個4
鬼啊！
隻。鬼！
Your goddamn ass. Headshot.
Reloading!
收到。
Right, when the armored
Yes.
group draw armored seek.
Works for me.
有老鼠，我聽到有老鼠，
邊度？
我唔知喎，
邊度？邊度？
我聽到有老鼠啊，唔知喺邊度。Not Last Paradise 啊，哦，沒有哦，
Everybody, check
沒
this
有。
out.
我睇到一隻，我走去攞先。
Stay together. Creepers
佢唔下低唔係一隻喂，冇人攞嘅呢度。哇！壓機啊！
Fix. Hey, I'm reloading! I'm reloading.
街
Creepers.
走啊！走啊！啊！死啊！我哋輸啊！走散晒啊！我哋。哦，瓜柴，剩翻你一個因為。哦，哦，輸晒 KO。
哇！佢一次打我78先血啊！屌點樣？
那個也算不錯，玩一下。Not Last Pack 啊，拍翻嚟有聽過一個 game 叫 咩啊？Now 啊，Last Paradise 啊，你有聽過嗰隻咁嘅 game？
冇聽過。
我都冇聽過。啊，尷尬啊！我們是玩那個Alien Elite 啊，Fire Stream 啊，Fire Team 啊，3個人一組哦，那個遊戲哦，然後人王哦，然後頭鬼傳哦，這些我們有玩過一下咯。找一條。这个游戏其实也是可以玩很久啊。Alien Elite Yes， 现在出第2集嘛，刚刚 announce， 我觉得 OK 啦，那游戏。但是紧张的话就这一个zombie 这个比较紧张，要很快的知道。这游戏都很久了哦，我看有7年8年都有，但是有一直 update 啊，就 OK 啦。
Fuck out of you. We die here. I don't like him, but he's right.
Let's go.
Dan, you hear me?
Hey, what's up? I don't see you guys on the roof.
We're going for it. Trying the subway to Inwood. Over.
Yeah, really? I don't maybe the grunts will wipe them out on the front.
也可以看到哦，我可以这样，等下写多一条，特波，这样哦。等一下我打给你啊。
什么人？
Don't stop until you get to the elevator.
Hey, hold on!
嚟啊！死啊！ 哇，一粒啫喂！俾找一粒都唔掂啊！一粒就冇25%血啊！
係啊，
200 OP 啊！
你喺邊度啊？有，佢哋啊。
Yes, I'm down. Stay clear of the gap.
I see a creeper.
It's a bow.
Get in here.
Pissing me off.
Time for Simbus.
你嚟啊！我諗住電腦嚟啊呢個。你走啊走，我炸彈，走，行遠啲，跟住你啊喂！
Ball.
撐頭，
The ball is
Okay.
down.
走。
We need
Come
your
on.
team.
我諗住電腦嚟喎嗰個，原來係你嚟㗎喂！
搞乜鬼嘢？電腦嘅，誒呢個人嚟嘅，
入晒嚟係咪？哦係入晒嚟咗。
全部有人係。
Good enough.
When is it gone?
Dan,
Dan,
you there?
you there?
Always.
We're headed
We're
down.
headed down.
How to food.
How to food.
Gotta go
Gotta
down.
go down and come in.
Over.
Cái có giờ để mong cạo rồi.
For a month. Jawheads will be here by then. I'm gonna wait it out, but I'll keep an eye out for you.
Shit. That's a lot of Zeke. But we got no
火
choice.
槍喎，
人哋
Holy Christ. You seeing this? Goddamn Thanksgiving Day parade.
There's no way the armies.
Get me
Need a little help?
payback time.
等先啊！我定粒炸彈俾你死先啊！
Down and harder.
Reload it.
Going out. Swapping in the big gun.
Medkit here.
Remote explosive out.
It's the pyramid.
Wow.
Get up here.
你啊，
哎呀死啊！死啊！死啊！
I'm hearing a lot of action from you all.
慢晒啊啲手腳，幾慢咗喎，各位幾快啊打到，都唔記得咗點樣撳開啲掣。或者汪，你是讲哪一个？蒙上的。 佢你都瓜柴埋啊喂！
嚇
你都瓜柴埋。
係啊，冇我即係覆緊 message，跟住一下慢啊。誒出翻嚟咗喎，
Feel better already.
Okay.
Okay.
又或者有拍揮靜根，搞到咁上下，
Got some protection.
整場王者按摩
We need this defense kit.
差唔多收檔嘅時候，我唔知 Alex 搞冇 ，Alex 搞有3隻腳，因為佢而家喺度睇緊我哋搞。maybe 10點半咯，或者10點11點，
Found some defenses.
差唔多睇下你 OK 冇
Good enough.
Time for Simbus.
？Monster Hunter，
Ball explode.
不過撳得咁快嘅喂，
Down in red. Body.
Climbing the gate.
邊個撳得咁快嘅？
Hazmat over here.
攬有鬼！
有睇到。
I see a ball.
I see a ball.
chance.
有喎，
Reloading! Reloading!
好似好勁啊！呢條友喂，阿輝有保險喎，頂住先喂，傷我，傷我咯，頂佢啊！
我唔想睇。
哦，你還沒可以啊？啊 Alex，食，有鬼爬緊過嚟！
From here. You gotta do this. Go now.
Thanks.
Thanks, take care of yourself, Dan.
Better times.
Better times.
保環先
Over.
佢，
Better times.
Eyes.
Over and out.
哦，
Raise the gate.
Somebody push the
Here
button.
we go.
No turning back now.
邊啊？
有啲
等陣先，
地咁嘅公仔，
Everybody, check this out.
公仔棘地嘅，咩事？
Look here. What's in here?
但係我 FPS 啊，藥包靚仔，啊保住先啊！
Let's get real good.
Sounds like
It's coming from the platforms.
看看怎樣先啊 Alex 等一下，
Thanks, man.
靚仔啊 ，Let's go，Let's
We gotta keep it moving.
go，
Get back, you smelly bastards!
Aaron Yong，Hello，你好，啊歡迎這邊
Just shot at my train! Get in here!
啊有玩嗎？有玩這個遊戲嗎？我2個人吧，有現在
Oh, my reputation
有玩就
precedes
來
me.
一起玩，一起試這個30。咦喂，搞掂晒咁鬼快嘅喂！
Give us something useful.
Where is that creep?
狐狸骨頭，我們玩這邊。
Listen, man.
We need to drive this thing to Inwood right now.
Evac, eh?
Bao
What
pop.
costs ya? This rabbit hole is chock-a-block with goodies. Bring them to me.
誒，睇先喺邊度喂？
Everybody,
爆泡
check
有
this
3
out.
粒嘅，哇靚嘅啫，好似有鬼嘅喂。
我睇到有嗰隻傷咗，
睇先，好似好多鬼嘅喂，試下先，唔好搞笑。
有鬼啊！四周圍啊！
一條瀨嘢，一個冧咗。
等陣啊，幾間紅。
我不怎麼會啊。不過看人玩就喜歡。哦，OK，我這邊是會邀請哦，看誰喜歡就可以一起玩了。這樣哦，不一定看着我玩的，因為我也不是很厲害罷了。我朋友就厲害啊，我朋友啊，他是745 Lawrence 啊，那個很厲害的，補血啊，永遠都是最後一個死的，通常是我死先的。
Bring me back to the train.
Obliged.
你病下先啊！
Here.
我感覺到好似成扎嘢嚟緊喎。
喂，有 screamer 有 screamer，係，掛咗。
Fresh ammo coming up.
We got a problem. I'm reloading.
咁鬼多咧！
Keep coming.
Look here.
俾找咗一下先。
你俾找我半光我喂！
係啊。
你喺我啱未啊？
哦。我就係想諗住 K 上邊啊乜嘢，
Silent.
使爬上嚟都要啲時間。
Bring me back to the train.
你乖咗條喂！
嚇？哦，唔使。
Stay sharp.
下邊有鬼啊喂！
係。
走，
我死緊。 支槍好似冇乜好用啊！邊個死咗？
Going with the heavy.
打嘅，先啊，
等一下
needed help.
Help.
你邊啊？
I'm down.
你睇住拉尾，
等一下，仲有幾多秒？我仲有幾多秒？
睇唔到時間。
我皮你買，
Over here.
喂，有鬼！
Hold on.
打針！
Keep your head down this time.
走走
哇
走！
嚇死我喂！
Eyes open for a. Remote.
Well, today is to eat tomorrow. Bring
我皮，
你走上嚟，走上嚟，走上嚟！
嚟緊，冇 Q 晒血啊我。
死咗，死咗！
等一下，你個企中間喂，有鬼喂！
企住一齊，企住係。
屌我冇子彈添。
No more lurker.
嗰邊，哇！
一人手一邊，前後背脊對背脊。我皮咗。
Tempers, timbers. Move. Hey, I'm reloading. Come on.
你喺邊度啊？
我走咗上去。
哎呀死咗！
Guns down.
哇！太多啦呢度。
你又冧咗。
Reloading.
Left 4 Dead 啊 ，Left 4 Dead 也有玩啊，我们，so 有玩 Left 4 Dead。
妖！
There's ammo coming up.
I can't get up.
I got
Got
you.
you on the seat.
Down.
After that.
Using a
Got
shield.
shit. Oh!
跳翻入去，
So everybody's
跳翻出去啊，跳翻出去。
big freeze. That's smart. Until the big thaw.
仲有一隻啫，拎埋一隻贏過我哋。
係，我同你一齊行啊！
啊，你黐住啊，打針俾佢啊。
Arnetta, you pull your
Come on
shit.
now.
冇一針啊，我都死啊！
You asses there.
零啊，我針。屌！
應該得啦。佢 wave 未嚟嘅話，有鬼啊，有鬼！
Reloading.
Stay focused.
Found one
Found one
of
of
Stevie's
Stevie's goodies.
Bringing it
Bringing it
back.
back.
OK，佢攞緊翻嚟。
贏啊贏啊！
Yours.
頭先我拎開嗰個包匹嗰個，好似屙屎屙唔出咁嘅子彈。贏啊！
Okay,
Okay,
we
we
good?
good?
All
Yeah.
the boys
Yeah.
coming aboard.
OK，good。
Oh, we're making
爛船3分釘開仲頂到一下。
You wanna try?
我記得唔知邊一關我哋係好彩贏到嘅啫，有一擺我記得，加人搞個 hand 嘅有一擺，
Ammo coming
唔知邊一關你記得冇？如果有 wave 嚟，我哋就輸㗎，你記得冇？
Jaws are bite and claws. You in a jam on my son. Crazy son of a bitch with a train. Boop boop.
Yeah。嚟啊！我今日好貪心，我咩 game 都想搞，唔知做咩。你有呢種感覺冇？
OK 嘅，我反而對莫山章有啲邪啦。
我唔知點解我又想搞下蛙喎，我想睇下嗰個大刀有咩唔同嘅招式啊！
哦，WoW 我都好耐冇開過，係咯。
有
不過我唔
update
想，
喎
我唔想有 update。
你今日冇嗰個 feel 搞 WoW 啊？
我係想搞 Monster Hunter 以外嘅 game 啊。
意外嘅 game 啊？仲有咩 game 喎？意外嘅 game。要不要諗下先啊？Alex，有沒有 Left 4 Dead？有 Left 4 Dead 就開場了，現在電腦有嗎？DVD 是什麼？
This can't be good.
Y'all better
It's on, bitches.
What's going on?
Well, it appears my associate on the other side of this door is either passed out drunk or deceased.
We'll check it out. Stay on the radio.
Slow and silent.
Dead by Daylight 啊？没有，那个知道那个游戏，但是没有玩。
Stevie, there's a close date.
Yeah. Now we rigged those up so that Zeke couldn't stumble in. There's multiple switches to open. Some of them are on timers. Have fun.
There's the switch.
Hurry,
Hurry, hit the next switch.
We got all the switches.
喂，其實我back 邊先啦，我
We got
病住
another
先。
gate in here. Keep your eyes open for a switch.
啲怪唔係搞笑嚟，5星啊！找一找你都慣低啊！一慣低就賴嘢啊！
係啊，係啊，
而家要揾 switch 係咪啊？
啊係，啊你嚟揾啦。頭先又同阿香，邊個瓜柴喂？頭先又同阿香傾下偈咁咯。
啊！
佢原來都有搞 PS2、PS3、PSP，話佢都搞好多 game。佢又問我關於 emulator 嘅嘢，嗰個
Fits like a glove.
Switch 嘅 emulator，佢叫我去試下，係話 stable 冇。
Check this out.
Where are you hiding, creeper?
我都唔知喺邊度打㗎，邊度揾 switch 下邊揾
你哋揾啊佢，我都唔知喺邊度，我忘鬼記嗰個掣喺邊度。
我一直聽到喂，睇到啊！屌啊！爭啲中嘅。
Left 4 Dead 也是 Steam 啊？對呀，有啊 ，Steam 有啊。Steam 其實是蠻多遊戲下的。
Hurry, hit the next switch.
邊度有第二隻 switch 啊？
Gotta be something.
Hurry,
Hurry, hit the next switch.
Stevie, what can we expect next?
我哋開咗。
Let's go。
next. Only now.
Double barrel shotgun。 度好似係呢度好似唔衝得㗎係嘛？
我都唔記得啊。
呢度唔衝得㗎，我記得我哋企喺度打㗎。喂，老鼠啊！喂，嗰度。
There are two control rooms here. Choose the one on the right.
但係要補彈一下喎。
我病呢條先啊喂。
嚇？
我病喺度先啊。
Fresh ammo. Door sliding open.
有瓜柴喎。
No, it's gonna bring us swarm.
呢度會唔會有鬼走出嚟喎？
Wait for me.
Oh, bugger, look at that. I
我
can't
病喺
get
度
the
先。
engine running.
呢個位比較安全，我記得我哋企呢度嗰嚿位。
Look at this. Reloading.
你嚟㗎呢個黑婆，黑婆你嚟㗎。
哦哦。
Work like a Zeke.
病完先。你嗰度有嘢爬緊上嚟啊喂！
誒？
啊！睇住啊！睇住啊！睇住！你吞頭！喂！
喂！
搞錯喂！
好細啦！
Got injured.
俾我嚟救你。嗰條友掟飛彈。
Appreciate it.
你保佢先，
Stay focused.
死咗個啊！
This should help.
嚇？
I need a medic.
I need a med kit.
佢有兩個鬼入咗嚟喂！
Reloading.
咩鬼？
入咗你嗰度啊！入咗你嗰度。
I'm reloading.
誒？
我陣先好多鬼喂！
Come on, bitches.
得 clear。摩斯汉特还要不要买？
Hey, I'm reloading.
我也不懂哦。我朋友都讲4年多玩的，玩了2个月了喂，应该有2个月了玩了。喂！
Reload.
WoW 的话呢，只是我和我这位朋友现在有罢了啊，另外一个迪森他是没有的。So WoW 也是，干搞。小蛋糕又最近这几天又没有打击，我又不知道他怎样啊。之后，看哦，现在。 这个之前我们也是玩了很久，这个沃西也是玩到血了，然后是才军权哎，那时候我们。Scout rifle。喂！
好了係咪啊？
其實我們也是有想玩 Diablo 2啦，那個，但是還沒有便宜啦，現在。
This'll keep the Zeke out.
入喺個風扇嗰度係。
We can't move without everyone.
所以就看看咯，看看咯。
That big vent looks like our only option. Let's move. Fan's still on.
Let's go.
Looks like we got a control panel here.
It's a train station or a nuclear bunker.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
Remote
Dropping a
explosive out.
bomb.
Go, 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 go,
Yeah,
go.
let's go.
Get back. Yeah, that's tight. Let's get up there.
Loading ammo.
Hey, I'm reloading.
行，你行。
Gotta find a way to air it out down there.
Where are you hiding, creep?
I see another fan control.
Probably airs out with things.
呢個有鬼嚟啊！係咪成鬼成堆喂？
I got eyes on an infector.
喂！死啊死死！哎呀！
Infector coming in.
有人救你。
Another fan switch.
係啊！
Turn on the ventilation.
妖
We have got down.
妖！
Up you go. Reloading.
装不了装备时啊，也是啊。
Hang on. Patched up.
瓜柴，
Go get him.
唉，難搞嘅。
Ventilation is working.
Gas truck.
剩翻一滴啫
Yeah,
喎。
we need about one floor.
We can drop down a little.
我等你落先去。
Air is good down here.
我跟住啊，
Where are you hiding, creeper?
有 wave wave 應該差唔多嚟啦。右邊個瓜咗，邊個冧咗？一個死咗。
喂，
有嘢執喎。喂喂喂！
Reaper's gone.
黐喺壁嗰度嘅喂。有 bug 係嘛？
呢只係啊，即係一跳出嚟。
有鬼有鬼！
係，屌！
頂住頂住頂住頂住
Hey,
I'm reloading.
頂住！
Hold your breath. We got a creep.
死嘅！我想開個箱嚟睇下咩
Gotta
嚟
be
嘅，
something.
咩嚟嘅？哦，手槍嚟嘅。
咩槍嚟？
我冇，
Combat shotgun。
我有 screamer，屌啊！
咦喂，有 bandage 喺度。我食 bandage 喎。
Silence that son of a bitch.
你試下出去打 screamer 先。
我擠度，我擠度 bandage。
Another freaking fan to clear out the gas.
食咗先，食咗先。我食2嚿先得。
Shut up.
Shows.
We got a fan switch here.
Let's get this aired out.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm ready.
食 bandage 先，食 bandage，bandage 你拉尾，你拉尾。
Damn ridiculous. We
We need a key to turn on the fan.
個
Now, unless you can breathe poison, I'd start searching dead
Oh.
bodies for a key.
Alex，你期待我们玩王者荣耀啊？他等下要不要玩一场哦？你看看我们玩吗？
How come
Looking the gas doesn't hurt me, Zeke. All good.
有鬼有鬼有鬼！食晒係咪？你一落啊！
We're stuck here until we get
好多鬼嚟啊！喺呢邊。
誒，仲未拎到嘢嘅咩喂？
Reloading.
瓜 Q 巢咗喺入邊，
I'm reloading.
I need men.
喺邊度啊？
哎，
inbound.
一個冧咗，一個冧咗。
喂，屌！
死啊！你個瓜柴喂！
太多咗一下，衝住入嚟。
You appreciate it.
啊！啊！
Back that man
好
down.
奸人搞啊！好奸人搞啊！兩條友。
I need help.
啊
Come.
冇4個腳我就好奸人搞啊！
Got him
You're
off.
gonna be okay.
took you so long?
我死慢咗少少，所以先咩？死快啲，
Got eyes on a lurker.
死快啲就輸開頭先我哋。又冇鬼晒血啊！
We
點樣依家？
Until we find the
揾鎖
key.
匙，
依家
啊等佢哋玩我冇血啊我。
This guy doesn't have the key.
喂
No
屌
way to move until we get that
邊
key.
個冧咗？
屌冇
The hell? Oh,
Found the key.
Some.
Heading to the control panel.
Hold on.
can't get up.
Keep your head down this
Hey,
time.
thanks.
我屌
誒
瓜咗，
瓜柴啊喂！
The gas level's
Hello.
dropping.
有個瓜柴啊喂！
唔知啊一下瓜喎又。
啊瓜柴！
Somebody.
贏唔到啊！我哋贏唔到啊！奸！
Look,
Look,
another
another
fan
fan
switch.
switch. That's to turn on the ventilation.
Drop
Leaving us a fly bag right here.
剩翻一滴啫，呢條友仲驚過你啊！而家你睇粒樣，
Look, another fan switch. That should turn on the ventilation.
哎呀，個出翻嚟咗，
你企喺度喐都唔喐嘅啫。哎呀，真係搞笑你睇啊！
This will slow them down. Look, another fan switch. That should turn on the ventilation.
No key again.
Jesus. Start looking.
I saw corpses one level down,
哦
but，there's still
还
gas.
没死哦，他们给我们打这些啊。
Move back.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Come on, creep.
馬迪生啊，馬迪生玩唔玩啊？佢冇又未翻屋企嘅。
Reloading.
Reloading.
一堆鬼就出嚟，
Going out. Fresh out.
Reloading.
Here they come.
其實呢兩條好勁下喎咪，
We gotta
We
go
gotta go
係我
into
哋
the
生
gas
疏咗
line
啫。
key.
係啊，我真係好熟手嗰只啊叫做，我好似頓啊頓啊好頓啊，我覺得我
Loading ammo.
差唔多啦，出翻嚟啊！出翻嚟係邊度啊？
into the gas to find the key.
Hey, I'm reloading.
4060手提电脑，什么4060啊 ？Alex， 喂，等一下，等一下。
I'm reloading.
呀，雞佬
I'm on the ground.
啊！一啖啫喎，俾佢咬。哇！拉尾有鬼啊喂！你哋喺邊度？啊啊！哦，
One of ours is down.
成
點樣落去啊？
We got him all. Time for a stim boost. Over here.
買4060的手提電腦還是 desktop
喂，
好？
屌！
Calling me. Say someone give him a
所
hand.
以你要買電腦，
Someone help me.
電腦desktop 會更好啊。散熱那邊比較好。啊，柏輝啊，
嗯
4060嘅 desktop 同 laptop 一定係 desktop 勁過佢噶嘛，係咪？佢 laptop 嗰啲
肯定咯，
爭啲噶嘛，佢嘅 spec 係咪？雖然大家係一樣嘅
爭好
model。
係啊，爭好遠，一定要 desktop 好啲。我都係 desktop 4060啊。
哦，Alex 他也是用着4060啊，現在。你而家 Max Graphic 係咪可以行呢個 game？
可以啊，Max 冇問題。
行到 4K 冇
4K 啊，就係，
？4K
但係佢好
Max
似
Graphic
最高
嚟噶，
佢好似 2K 啫係咪？呢個 game 有去到 4K， 我唔知啊。
4K 行到 4K。
啊有咁啊 4K 咯。
哦，這樣你 Alex 買那個咯，desktop 咯。你要 set 一個電腦啊，desktop 啊。
desktop 講真係性價比高啲嘅，唔推薦 laptop 啊。laptop 除非你有拎嚟拎去方便性嘅，如果你唔係愛，好似你喺屋企搞啊，最好係 desktop 咯，即係有襟散熱啊。
我搞 WoW 嘅，WoW 嗰陣時你都好似
啊 WoW 唔得啊 ，WoW 要超過我呢只啊，我4060行到唔靚仔啊，其實我係較低啊，4060我係調低嘅graphic，蒙蒙地啊。
或者你網上哦，5060我不知道幾多錢我現在，或者4070，比較強一個 model 咯，你看找，因為他都講不靚仔哦，4060玩那個 WoW。
係啊，最少要70或者。
你係 2K low graphic 即係咪可以行？
哦，
2K low graphic 不了，因為
Check it out.
啊
哦 4K 現時行唔到。
4K 做不到哦，所以你看看哦，要不要找強一點的咯？
哦，係啊，如果嗰陣我一買到先買高啲咯。
喂呀！
Thanks. He had
貴
喂，得我兩條搞啫，喂，冇人啊喂，
誒，
Maybe there's a closed gate.
佢絕望咯，對我哋絕望咗，
Up so the Zeke couldn't stumble in. There's
冇人贏
multiple
到啊
switches to open 'em.
贏唔到啊我哋，
Are on
等死啊兩條，
Have fun.
慢慢打。
Nice. Where's the switch?
你淨係撳掣都加人撳，
你要玩
唔係出去
Monster
先
Hunter World，
打睇先，打睇。
冇我冇出去。你要玩 Monster Hunter World，World 比 Rise 還舊哦，然後 World 沒有人玩了咯，現在。你進去應該是沒有什麼，我最後我進去玩應該大概也是1年前，都沒有什麼人了。
We got all the switches.
除非你是 single player OK 啦，這樣就可以嘅。 我也是有买啊我，但是不是很远罢了，玩到我大概玩到38%那边我搞唔掂，我输我一直。
快啲走！
You're gonna be okay.
但是现在的hard disk 很贵一下哦 ，hard disk。如果你现在 set 一个电脑的话，是蛮贵一下。RAM 啊，尤其是 RAM，RAM 而家起晒價係咪？
好緊要貴，貴到黐線啊，係啊！
因為打仗嘅問題係咪？
好多問題啊，供應唔夠啊 ，AI 啦，打仗啦，好多
啊。
即刻。
Next switch might
所以如
be
果现在买，可能你的电脑会很贵一下哦。哎呀，靚仔，有人入咗嚟啊！誒，俾打下先啊！
俾打。
啊 ，WoW 最新的 ，WoW 对上就是 Monster Hunter Rise 哦 ，Sunbreak 哦，再上就是 World 咯。啊 ，World 是还救过 Rise 的。他只是跑路罢了，一直跑，
We've got limited
好险
time.
啊！
Let's move.
他没有好像那些
Medkit right there.
食下先喂，我攞，定係你幫我補血？
我幫佢補血啊！我幫佢補血。
Keep
Hey,
it
come on!
Hit the next switch.
靚仔啊，4條搞啊，俾搞下先啊！
我好鬼嬲啊！揾掣啦，走嚟走去呢啲啊！
其實我唔中意揾嘅，我
我係淨係中意殺怪嘅啫。
你冇叫我玩，我會成啊嘛。
Everybody, check this out. Yo, Angel.
我在下西。
是啊，打仗什么都很多东西都改变了，一直起价全部东西，之前都起质了，对了，那些 RAM 现在起到更贵了，听他们讲。Hard disk 都要起係咪啊？柏輝？
全部 hard disk 全線起價。
是哦，就是
HDD 都起啊！冇講 SSD 啊。
We gotta move fast.
HDD 嗰日我買4 terabyte， 係咪？唔係 2 terabyte，
Only the pearly ones, boss.
2 terabyte 成四嚿水我買嗰日。
4嚿水我買到4T 喎，舊擺4 terabyte 啊！
買唔到啊，貴啊，起咗價而家。
係咯，係咯，我嗰陣400幾蚊買4T 喎。
冇辦法，我用到啊，都係買啊。
係啊。
有小蛋糕你來了啊！小蛋糕，我試下玩嗎？要一起嗎？有嗎？這個遊戲武力骨頭啊，最難那個啊！
Let's have it!
我等你很久啊，小蛋糕。还有可能等下會玩那個王子一下，你有沒有Malaysia版的？Malaysia有的話就開場了要。
Works for me.
Wouldn't have mind.
這個遊戲包你刺激啊！4下罷了，你給他咬4下，我包你冧低啊！哇，邊有溪地射埋咗喂！
Fresh ammo coming up.
有。
I like it.
我撳掣又咪
我都唔知
activate，冇人 activate。
activate 邊度
control panel 喺邊度啊？下低又咪？
Simple but effective.
下低。
Don't make a sound.
小蛋糕有就來了，快點！沒有人了，你看不夠人了，現在。
喺度係 OK， 我 activate 咗。
The train door is opening, guys.
喂，走喂！走先，唔好搞笑。
I can't get the engine running. Oh,
guess you'll have to buy them without me.
事实我钱不够。
哇，好多下咪搞笑喂！
意思哦，钱不够。
Hey, I'm reloading.
打得咁辛苦咁啊，企呢度咪靚仔呢啲位，啲老鼠位。
Get ready.
Keep coming.
Loading.
Ammo coming up.
王子啊，OK，但是我開是Malaysia的喎。柏飛，你入嗰個，你 install 咗未？王者啊，你個手機有格機咗喺度。
嚇？
你入咗未？你電話嗰度？
入電話入咗。
你入邊一隻？Malaysia 版啊？
哦。
啊，小蛋糕，我們是Malaysia喎。
Reloading.
Oh, that was beautiful. Bravo.
頭先係咪呢條契弟射我啊？定係嗰條友走啊 ？offline 咗係咪嗰條友頭先？
嘅。
好似唔係呢個又先射我。
We each have a calling in life, love. Mine is to drive the train. Yours is to push buttons.
我問緊迪生啊，睇下迪生嚟我
We
先
just
啦。
want to get together. Fan's still on. Looks like we got a control panel here. Hey, open up.
Over
Look
here.
here.
Look. Remote explosive out. The lower level is
It's filled with gas. That pipe. Let's get up there.
Let's go, let's go。哇，咁鬼多鬼喎！
Come on now.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Ventilation is dead. We've got
Got
to
fired
find
up.
a clear gas.
Look, another fan switch. That's to turn on the ventilation. Hey, someone get him!
喂，邊個冧？邊個冧？
Kill this hot Jesse!
We're moving in.
Gas
Off the
back
gas
down.
bag.
Stay clear.
哎，全部走晒。
Gas is dropped. Stay calm. Fans are not moving the
上
gas
上
on the
上
little.
上上！
Let's head down a level.
Head down a level. Ammo coming up. Huh.
Let's go。
Slow and
入晒嚟，誒又走一個啊！三條搞啫又。
The only way out.
It's down.
There's-
Come on down.
It's not going to be safe down there until we air it out.
睇下迪生先，
Help!
邊個射我又？哎呀！
Medic! Medic!
You're
Hang
gonna
on.
Why did it take you so long?
Hey, someone
呢
give
條
him
契
a
弟射緊
hand!
你呢條契弟。啊！
喂喂喂！
Top down.
嗰條友射鬼你啊！
點解啊？
Ah, Ben. Looks like the fan switch. Maybe it'll get this place out. One of ours is down.
佢射咗你走啊？係咪嗰條友？走咗，佢走咗。 唔知係咪同一個人？你頭先射我嗰個又係，
That should turn on the
佢成好鬼
ventilation.
成嘅，睇到呢啲唔知做乜鬼嘢啊！
係咯，搞連當攤嘅點啊！
係啊， 可以 block 咗佢嘅，陣間出翻去嗰度。Hexer 頭先我睇個名係叫。
係。
Heads up. Creeper.
Creeper is on
Another fan switch. That should turn on the ventilation.
識雞啊！
Gotta be quiet here. Shit. This vent panel's missing a key.
Shit！
Stevie, what do
What do
we
we
do?
do?
Now, unless you
佢一條可以開到3隻掣咁犀利。
dead workers are key.
一嚟會
Let's
有
find key.
999啊喂，咩唔掂啊？
頂我都係999啊，唔識搞嘅咧。
Looks like the gas does nothing to the Zeke.
其實你係999好容易嘅啫，你一直升唔同職業啊，一直升咁樣，好
No way
快
to
就
move until
999
we
啊。
get that key.
X Master 係咪又係嗰條友嚟㗎？
One of ours needs help.
咁快冧低個 X Master 虛火嚟嘅，又走啊！
No way to move until we get that key.
其實呢個 game 啊，我係好點講好有興趣喎，因為我去研究佢個職業啊，我發覺好多 YouTuber 搞得好勁啊，全部都係槍手喎，
This guy doesn't have the key.
所以我對槍手嘅呢個職業好有興趣。
I can't get up.
No way to move until we get that key.
哇！一條友打叫佢勁嘅有。
Over here.
Take my ass.
OK， 出去嚟。頭先我見到有肉包喎嗰度，你過去攞啊！出嚟未你？
未
你喺度啊？
20秒，
你攞啊！你攞，我等你攞。
Found the key. Heading to the control panel.
OK，
等你報嘢啊！
The gas level is dropping. Let's go.
Next
Next level should
喺
be.
呢
誒，我喺度啊！睇到冇？
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
個。哦，
嗰度有拎鬼咗，
誒，就拎埋冇錯。
拎鬼咗啊有！有攞啊！冇理佢啊！邊度有分帶？
你喺度啊？
Over here.
Payback.
Good. I got
OK，let's
this.
go。
I'm good.
Switch here.
記翻啲位先。
Seven Shark, we got a creeper. Oh, come on. He's not here.
I'm getting real tired of this.
Find that goddamn key. Could be on the next level down in the gas. We need that key. No
拎到
other
咗佢哋，
choice. Take a deep
落去
breath
抄啊！
and go.
好快瓜柴喎落去。
係啊，
係都係唔好落去啊！
Sir, paper's closed.
No key here.
我覺得呢度係行唔同個樓梯落去攞㗎，唔係啊下低一口氣咁樣由下低去到上高嗰度死硬咁嘅樣。你只係落去拎一拎冇㗎，快啲上嚟，又再另外一個樓梯又再落。我估係咁樣搞啊呢度。
嚟啊，鬼嚟啊！
嗱，嗰條友死得好快啦！
Got
冇晒藥有。
我係補血咯。
Shark, the creeper.
本身冇睇個 message 死咗有收檔啊喂，落救佢啊！
Help me. Using a staff.
誒，
花柴都有下低。
Get over here! I need help.
哇！救唔到啊！救我自己都冇一半光血啊！
點樣揾個 key 喎？
Stay together.
屍體啊，下低啊，屍體啊，揾屍體啊！
一直聽到鬼聲。
Stay sharp. We got a creeper.
I'm okay.
我皮啊！輸晒啊！
Move.
輸
Out
啊！
of nowhere.
死啊！
I'm down.
哦，
邊個死啊？
我啊！
Someone help me.
誒，你喺邊度？等陣。
掛柴啊！
Medic. Gonna be okay. You're good to go.
My ass.
Go get it.
你個就真。 點樣會邊隻屍頭咁樣嘅？但係有你鬼啊！
你係最多血啊！你落去揾啫而家，冇人落去咗啊，冇晒血咗我哋。
我落去揾。
Somebody.
Got injured.
屌，
Help.
收檔，
掛咗
輸晒，
I'm
輸晒
down.
啦，落唔到去。
I need
呢度好
help.
快啊！呢度加人搞嘅我哋。
Looking a bit
Please.
pale there.
You can't get appreciate it.
花咗。
呢度頭先嗰個人去揾過去，我試下揾啦。走鬼埋啦有喂！
都唔知點樣呢度好鬼奇啦，唔知點
呢
樣。
度要落去嘅。
我哋跟住
揾
一下嘅啫
屍體啊
喎。
我都唔知邊隻屍體啊呢度。咩啊？有問題嘅屍體喺邊度都唔知啊！我點樣揾個屍體？
中間嗰啲啊，定係邊嚟？
我冇見到有嘢啊！ 你仲有見到屍體冇？
你嘅唔知啊，睇唔到啊！睇下你喺上面嗰度睇，
一係就喺入邊呢度咯，
冇啊，
冇嘢啊！
冇啊，要上翻去。
奸嗰人搞喺度。冇見到有屍體。
你有佢啊！
唉，等我哋揾啦，我唔識揾啊呢度。而家問題我冇見到有屍體喎地下。
Got a creeper close by.
Eyes open. We got a hider.
喂，講嘢。
Man down.
Got it, creeper.
輸咗我哋呢關。
Mess. Thank you.
You owe me one.
冇嘢啊，乜都冇嘅呢度。
Hang on. I'll patch you up. Thanks.
你真係條嘅。
個鎖匙喺屍體啊，定係喺個箱度，我又唔知喎。
屍體一定係屍體嘅，但係唔知邊一隻啫。
我剩翻一滴啫，我落唔到嘅，打唔到呢場。唉。迪生冇睇 message 啊，迪生。迪生。
攞有咁瓜嘅喎。
你哋攞。
揾到啊喂！你揾到咗？
I think I just lost 10 years of my life breathing that shit in.
哎呀，好彩！
啊，
Wait to
有
get the
人。
help. Calm down.
Through the tunnel.
冇鬼晒血。等瓜。
That was a waste. Now get together.
Yeah.
What took you
謝
so
謝。
long? Get me
Yeah. Looks like up from here.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go。走啊！
Coming down!
the screamer down.
Get by! Go! Reloading.
Here we go. Son of a bitch.
屌！
Do everything.
搞乜鳩嘢？做咩一下爆炸嘅？
They're diving right at us! Go!
Oh shit！ 哦死啦死啦死啦死啦死啦死啦死啦！
我賴嘢死咗！
唉！
Shut the doors!
Cái nó mấy mũi tiền đâm nhập ra tán ca lên nè.
Ấy dàn đôi.
He ain't getting up. Hang on.
死咗一個。
Boost from the scent.
Boost from the scent.
Good enough.
Gun is a gun.
有包有包有包有包。
Để rồi.
Loading ammo.
Dạ hả?
Noise.
Look, I
bet that
leads back to the train.
Did you guys catch up with Roy? Ginger fella, about 5'7". He owes me money.
I thought he put a bullet in his head about a minute ago.
Over
Look here.
Look.
HDD. We made it back to the hub.
Well, I've underestimated you. If I was a betting man, I'd have just lost my ass. Now open the door.
Lâu xí.
We'll hit the door switch.
Ai?
She's got me.
Kill him! Get over here! I need
Phải
help!
phải không?
Works for me. Yeah, it's not your day, creep.
Who wants to die again?
Ô屁啊，剩翻一滴啫喎。
Stay back!
唉，企
This'll
咗。
work.
I'm reloading.
Ý là gặp bao vậy? Ủa gì ạ?
嚟我企度啊，con 啦我企喺。
Keeping you in the fight.
OK，thank
What
you，
took you so
靚仔啊。嚟啊！
Good enough.
Good enough.
Remote explosive out.
Reloading.
Swap
Hold
me
on
a big gun.
Found.
嚟啊，start 啊！
OK，我sát咗。
Let's roll.
Switch activated. Come on in.
我哋呢度守啊！呢度你小心啊！兩邊嚟啊佢。
Looks like Black Friday in here. Hey, hey! There's a tunnel boring machine next to the train. Turn it on and leave some skid marks.
邊度嚟啊？哦。
Time for Simbas. Did everybody get some?
Wow, 咁鬼勁呢班人。
Keep coming. I'm reloading.
That's enough for everybody.
Reload.
Wow, nha cây á.
Get him from the train!
It's a bow.
Wow, 夠打。 哦，瓜菜，誒，又生翻啊！
喂，死啦！
哦，輸啊，收檔。有得轉牆啊！睇下人裝入嚟喎。 迪生冇覆我喎，迪生。冇 on 個 line。等下啊。好奇，讲用手柄，我不强了哦。不知道弄不弄到，等下我试一下先。No display connection. 啊，整到我發揮。
等下開緊。
我都唔知點樣加好友啊，俾我諗下先。開錯咗。等先啊。
呢個係王者榮耀國際服啊！
你係入邊一隻喎你？我兩隻都有嘅，其實你係邊一隻啫？
等先。
你個戴德嘅名嗰度叫咩？你個 Apps 嘅佢係寫咩？華語名定係英文名嘅？On 啊！
哦。
我加佢都有。ID 啊？
係咪呢隻？
啊？
嗯？
你俾 ID 我加你咯。咦，你未入過呢個？
嚇？
你未install喎？係啊。呢隻啊，我都唔知係咪叫呢隻。
有好多隻啊都。
有幾多隻我按咯？
有，睇先啊。
你再影你入開嗰隻俾我睇。
我Google Play 得呢隻啫喎。
咁就呢隻咯。
就呢隻啊？
啊，就呢隻咯。你未install喎？
因為依家我喺電話嘅，我之前電腦嗰個電波開唔到。唉。
應該好快吧？如果你install。
古仔啊喂，
嚇入晒啊？
我睇我入咗啦，
你嚟加朋友先嚟，咩 ID？
冇啊，佢唔俾我入啊，睇 tutorial 教程喎。
哦，好快啊，搞一搞啊，好快啫。Let's 講佢手痕，我見到我哋搞嘅 game，可能你會上癮啊！阿柏輝好難講啊！你咬住阿拉整到咧就靚仔啊！
係啊，
你咬住阿拉未整到。他几快点一下。我擠咗我 ID 啊！哇 ！Alex 睇嚟好似好慢咁喎，睇你。我呢啲搞爽嘅啫。坏什么？你的电话？你仲未出嚟啊 tutorial？
差唔多啦。
我攞水啊，等你。Scream 跌碎了。哦，OK OK。仲搞緊個 tutorial？
嗯。咩？一條路有3條路，有3個塔，跟住到最尾打嗰隻水晶啊！
哦。
乜 Q？
那个啊，Mobile Legend 的，我是玩 Vain Glory 的以前，但是那个不 active 了。以前我玩到很厉害，那个也是。咁鬼多嘢撳啊！因为我是用 controller 也是不会快到哪里去啦。每次都係咁。未得。
咁鬼多 tutorial 喎，頂打幾輪㗎要？
唔使啊嘛，有得 skip 㗎嘛，我記得有得 skip 喎。
冇啊 skip 啊！
冇得 skip， 咁奇怪。撳 N 點未撳晒啊！拎嗰啲嘢。乜鬼嘢？咁鬼死多嘢啊！很多東西送，好鬼攰啊！咁撳。这个就是我朋友最讨厌的东西，就是按乜鬼嘢？唉，我應該撳晒啦，發揮。
OK， 點加人？因為我出喺出邊。
OK， 等陣先啊。OK， 你睇右手邊嗰度，唔係有好多嗰啲朋友 recommend 嘅。OK， 你撳嗰個加，你影張相，俾我睇下你嘅 ID。我其實影我喺 group 嗰度開喎，你睇下揾到我冇？你打我個 ID 佢，你就揾到我
等陣佢唔俾我撳啊，佢要我實戰一鋪先喎。
嚇？佢唔俾你撳？
係啊，等陣。ID。
唔得啊！
嚟緊。ID GM。
死にたくなきゃ必死にやん
哎，那像是 hero 要买的，或者是也是 skin 来的。
South of the mountains, north of the river.
乜鬼嘢？
Even a deity.
啲社區送啊，OK。咁鬼死多 hero 嘅。
Opening with the
有我揾到你啦。
Immerse
Okay.
yourself in
Echo me.
colors and enter a new world.
OK，啱啱 send 咗俾
等陣啊
Request
，OK，揾到咗，得，等陣先啊。我開 normal 之後，揾到你，加咗你 invite。等啊，等先啊。咦，冇3打3嘅喂。如果冇3打3嘅。
唔知咧，我第一擺入啫。
嗰個應該係中國版嚟噶吧？3打3嘅。
係。
等先啊！而家交你啊！開始噶啦，起彈噶啦，捉下碟先啊！盡快研究到出嚟，靚仔啊！ 揀 hero 左邊，屙屁啊！咩 hero 又唔同晒嘅喎，你揀隻先。
我唔知揀啲咩啊。
揀嗰啲 range hero 嚟，安全啊！
點樣睇 range
你佢有一個 icon 嘅，兩個刀應該係 melee 嘅。 一個花應該係我都唔知叫咩嘅啫，兩把刀係 melee 嘅，唔我揀嗰隻咯。
先猜啊，我先睇一揀。
先猜先咯。
嗯。
菲律賓啊喂。 試下。
夢を諦めて死ぬ。
Minions will arrive in 5 seconds. All forces.
我上去啊。
My sorcery
Crap,
will
crap,
open the
cool.
doors of wonders. I am a product of my past decisions.
花有少血嘅。
到。
瓜。
到。
瓜咗瓜。
你喺嗰啲草嗰度掟住先喂。
啊。
My bad.
瓜柴你。
冇啊冇啊。
下路幫忙。等一下，我自身難保喎。
I hear chanting in my dreams, in a language I don't understand. Yikes. Let I become we.
到冇你？
識搞。
呢個 range 定係咩嘢而家？
range 吧。
An ally has been slain.
I feel like I know every move by heart, but I'm certain I've never trained before.
Oh, 我冇乜識用啊呢個 hero。
If I tell myself the truth is that I should go back to the dorm and sleep,
Enemy has been slain.
等下 Alex， 等下，我唔係好熟啊呢個。 屙皮，唉。
It'll take longer to resurrect as the match progresses.
係啊，我唔知佢用咩，我冇乜識用啊呢個 hero。阿柏輝我都冇用過呢個 hero， 唔知乜鬼 hero 你喺邊度啊而家？你喺邊度？下低中間。
下低。
我嚟，我同你一齊。你聲我嚟緊。
睇唔到嘅咩？
我唔知你邊個 hero 啊？你係，你聲我睇緊。
if I tell myself the truth is that I should go back to the dorm and sleep, do you think Futsu will bonk me on the head?
一俾佢伸到啊，瓜柴啊！冇俾佢伸到啊！睇住！
Ally has been slain. Slain an enemy.
Together to form a raging sea.
乜 kill hero？
I am a product
An
of my
enemy
past.
has been slain.
破啊塔先啊！冇理嗰個我哋，唔俾落，破塔先。
Your turret has been destroyed.
走！
控制唔到啊！屌你先，
Ally has been
我
slain.
唉
Enemy has been slain.
唔搞嗰個搞啊！屌你先，捽玻璃係最柒口喎！真係嘅，我捽嚟捽去點乜手都屌
Slain an enemy.
惡鳩啊！
Your team has destroyed a
咩
turret.
切上下左右都控制唔到啊！因為我嗰個鏡
一定
知啊，
要個拗珠先得。
Then I should go back to the dorm
係啊
and，sleep. Do you think Futsu will bonk me on the head?
唔係啊，慣開 joystick 啊，呢啲咁樣好艱人啊！
Spree.
係啊，我哋掛咗裝飾啊。
We'll get back into the fight when you return.
係話你嗰隻係攻塔窩嘅喎，你嗰隻。我打 hero 先啊，攻我塔窩先啊。我哋攻贏，因為有塔窩有錢嘛。洗咗個塔窩先啊。
What is it that I can't forget?
我攻個塔先啊。
Let I become we.
哇！頂佢啊！
I hear chanting in my dreams. In a language I don't understand.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Enemy rampage.
If I tell myself the truth is
廿雞啊！
I should go back to the dorm and sleep.
又死，
Futsu will
你而家
come
見到我哋嘅嗰條友啊，佢係補血㗎，佢嗰個 hero 搞 support 㗎。你而家用緊嗰條友啊，嗰、個機器人。
哦，
become weak.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
If I tell myself the truth is that I should go back to the dorm and sleep, do you think Futsu will put me on
Killing
the head?
spree.
11比10啊！
唔知點樣出招啊？點樣？因為我對嗰啲都完全都唔識。
佢一定有一粒係 stun 嘅，一粒 stun， 一粒係谷炮嘅，拗啲就睇佢咩咯。
Language I don't understand.
最高嗰隻係拗啲咯。
Your team has destroyed a turret. Rampage.
你一俾佢 stun 到啊，冇開啊，冇俾 stun 到嘅。
From the death recap panel. Ultimate non-break.
Unstoppable. Rampage. Double kill. Double kill. Ace.
佢話你嗰個大招係定身，然後有2-1，然後再出2同1啦。佢講佢
Myself the truth is that I should
16
go
比
back to
12，
the
有機
dorm
會
and
啊，
sleep.
贏啊！
Do you think Futsu will bump me on
你
the
喺邊度？而家山林嗰隻係你啊！
我喺屋企出緊
Your team has destroyed
我
a
打個黃龍
turret.
麼？黃色嗰條龍。你
咩
喺度啊？
黃龍？
青色係我嘅，青色睇到我冇？
I feel like I
你
know
啊
every move by
你打隻先係咪？
but I'm certain I've
Shut
never done it
down.
before.
打嘢。
啊！你有打緊嗰隻，
哦，
Shut down.
話輸
有咩好
緊啊我哋，
處？啊？
你一打。嗰班嘢嚟緊啊！預備走啊！哇！仆街打到我艇嘅喎，冇溝晒血啊我。
I am a product of my past decisions.
我都唔識搞呢條咯，
喺上邊。
仆街輸翻落嚟添我哋
The，turret has been destroyed.
嚇？
輸翻落嚟啊我哋。
The inexplicable anomaly might be some kind of hint.
中間有難啊中間。
I am a product of my past decisions.
哇好勁啊！我哋睇住啊睇住啊睇住啊！
An
Thấy chưa?
enemy has been slain.
嗱上影勢影勢，走過嚟啊！哦，你啊真係死啊！食得糯米多啊！
Enemy has been slain.
贏啊！攻入去，攻入去，伸左。 stun，你一攻我偷佢。走啊！贏！其實企埋一齊有機會嘅，我有一分散就死啊！哇！有 MVP 都有啊！哇！殺咗9條友有西 Q 嚟喂 ，very 犀利。有一個高手 OK 嘅。整多場啊，收檔啊。OK 啊。上唔到手啊！做咩個 hero 一直變嘅喂？我尋日搞個 hero 唔係咁嘅喎。哎呀，我唔識搞咁樣 hero。Long shot。
我都唔知揀邊嘢。
我都唔識揀。蛇遠嘅，有咩事走先啊？呢個我用呢隻，我應該識用呢個。其實我也是Alex 我玩了幾盤吧，我也不是很熟啊那些 hero， 我大概讀到它是什麼，這樣我才會用罷了。Movement enhance.
My arrow will turn the tide of battle. The inexplicable anomaly. Could it be some kind of hint? A good move.
你喺邊度啊？中間下低。
Product of my
中間
past decisions.
OK， 睇住啊，睇住。移位 OK 可以。Alex OK。
I hear chanting in my dreams. In a language I don't understand.
An enemy has been slain.
every move by heart, but I'm certain I've never trained before.
咩可以好似 bling 過去咁樣嘅，一下咁樣跳啊冇啊？
等下，咩啊？咩嘢？咩嘢？
有冇得？好似我睇到有啲招啊，可以直頭一下
啊，
撳個地
有一隻 skill 嘅 ，bling 嘅一下。
係咯。哎屌！
係啊。哇！壓雞，壓雞，壓雞，
追鬼你啊！
壓雞。自己走埋嚟俾人打，大佬啊！所以我唔識搞，我都有搞下波打噶嘛，同佢講過噶嘛。打㗎，點解搞到天光6點嘅喎，舊話喂！
我係上下左右嗰度好奸人打啊，好奸人點啊？
你睇下，一定要拗豬，你拗豬你就發揮到啊！
係，
我唔知點。
我係嗰隻蘑菇頭啊，joystick唔係咁樣捽得嚟死咯。
啊！我就係唔知。
嗯，
等下啊，等下啊。你朋友用什么？我也不知道他用。你用緊咩 hero 啊
？Hold 啊
，Hold 啊 ，Hold 啊 ，Alex。
射箭喎。
有聽歌冇啊？我哋
咩聽歌我都唔知邊隻打邊隻。
你嗰啲特別肥屍大隻嗰啲咪係咯？
你衝埋嚟啊！
肥豬肉嚟嘅呢嚿。你睇佢粒嘢就知係肥豬肉咯。走！四春走埋嚟俾人殺都有嘅。嗱，有啊肥豬肉嗱。啊炮頭啊！
爆啊！
哎！我 feel 到好多人嚟緊啦喂，走啊走！冇晒人嘅成個地圖，你下雞嘅。嗱，肥豬肉！哎死啊！報仇啊有！睇住喂，睇住肥豬肉！哎你殺喂，你殺咗係咪頭先？
你殺！
嚟，爆佢啊！爆佢！成啊！你打到㗎你？我打唔到啊！我打唔到喎。肥豬肉！
嚟！
肥豬肉！嗱，咪殺咗你！肥豬肉！佢走埋嚟送死啊！喂有。前面，急救！哇，2條喂！走啊！唔夠打喂！我剩翻半缸啫我。喲！
你啊！
哇，冇血我，頂住先我走先我冇血我。佢話你嘅大招可以射全場嘅喎。阿 Alex 講。
喂，屌！
走走走走走走走走走走，肥豬肉，哇
Some kind of
哇太多人咯喂，哦哦，yeah。
佢有計幾多分鐘喎？
等一下，等一下，等一下，我而家都好亂啊！我自己都唔知打緊乜喺度。
我哋行到去總部咗喂。
係啊，係啊。哦，肥豬肉。
Double kill. Your team has destroyed a turret.
殺 Q 晒啊！死 Q 晒喂，贏啦又飛豬。喂，我仲記得點樣搞 AI Plus 嘅啫嘛，多單。我唔熟我 hero 啫，其實。嗱，咁我贏一鋪啦，又俾你啊。
OK 啦。
OK 啊，就咁先啊。
嗯。
你研究下個。之後我哋玩10打10啊，搞到佢亂啊嗰度。
嗯。
OK， 得，拜拜。Alex 我要 off 了 ，Alex 12點了咯。再看你要到时候一起玩了，我们。我也不是很厉害哦，玩爽不了哦。拜拜。